Imagine the freedom of working with clients that you absolutely love. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can attract ideal clients. Stay tuned. People ask me all the time, how do I attract my ideal client, Rachel? I remember when I first got started as a social media manager, I worked with a client who honestly put the fear of the Lord in me about being myself. It wasn't necessarily a healthy situation. The client that I worked with always insisted that everything I did was super crisp and buttoned up. She always said, don't let anyone ever think that you're weak. There were a lot of conversations that ultimately stemmed around me basically pretending to be someone that I'm not. As I started to work with more clients, I realized that I was being totally fake. I was pretending to be this uber professional, white collar, stuffy person. And if you watched any of my videos or you know who I am, you know that's not who I am. I'm more laid back. I'm a goofball. I love having fun. And I just felt like there was something better. I felt like I wasn't serving people wholly when I was pretending to be something that I wasn't. I still remember the first day when I decided to let some of my clients see the real me. I was incredibly nervous. I felt like, what if they fire me because I'm not this white collar professional? I mean, I don't even have a college degree. What if that slipped out? What if they knew that I wasn't worthy of a corporate job? It was something that was really scary. But the reaction I got from my client as I began to brainstorm fun and unusual and even goofy campaigns was amazing. It was liberating. A couple weeks later, I decided to continue testing my theory of being myself, as crazy as it sounds. And I sent an email to my list, packed full of personality, emojis, typos, and slang. I was so nervous to get a response, and I remember waiting, refreshing, waiting to see what those responses would say. When the first response came in, I knew I was onto something. The first response simply said, "You're finding your voice, and I love it." More responses came in to a similar effect. I knew that in order for me to attract people that I loved working with, I had to be unapologetically myself. Now, a common misconception that people have about attracting their ideal clients is that in order to do so, you have to be polarizing. Some people resort to swearing like crazy. Other people talk about controversial topics, maybe even talking about politics all the time and intentionally outraging some with the hopes of attracting others. Now, that is a way to do it. It's also really painful, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes exactly who you are is enough to repel and attract. Notice that it's not just attract. You want to intentionally repel the people who don't like you. Now, this goes completely counter to everything that is ingrained in our heads from elementary school. We all desire to fit in. We all are trained to not stand out. And in fact, many of us mask who we truly are in the hopes that we're gonna get along with everybody else. I want you to recognize that those thought patterns are completely damaging your ability to repel the wrong clients and attract the right clients. And what you will find is when you start to attract the right clients by being yourself, you never feel exhausted. You get to just be you. I don't care if you're goofy. I don't care if you're quirky. It doesn't matter if you're incredibly serious or perhaps a total nerd. All wonderful things. When you live truly in that essence of who you are, who your soul longs to be, other people will be magnetized to you. They'll say, wow, that person is living, just being who they are. And it frees me to be myself. And they're gonna find that they're pulled into you, the right clients. Now, if you find yourself working with clients where you're saying, I don't know if this is the right fit, I don't feel like this is my ideal client, or this client doesn't understand who I am, you might be wondering, how do I make this right? Or how do I potentially fire this client? I have good news for you. I have all the resources that you need. I've already solved this problem. If you click the link below, you can get access to my entire social media management training, Social Media United. For just $1, you can get access to everything, including my scripts of how to fire a nightmare client, how to identify whether a client is trainable or a nightmare client that you absolutely need to get rid of, as well as incredible scripts on how to price yourself appropriately, how to create engaging content, and how to upsell your clients into packages that serve them better and serve your bank account better. So click the link below and you can get access for 7 days for just $1. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and tell me a little bit about you. What makes you unique? And subscribe to my channel so you don't miss all of the amazing videos I have coming for you. I'll catch you in the next episode.